Williamson, headed to Central to play college football. How'd you come to that decision?
There were a few different factors. My older brother Matthew went to school there. That kind of helped. I knew a lot of the coaches, so had a familiarity with the school. There were a few other factors that went into it, and kind of came to the conclusion when I was trying to decide between schools and saw myself kind of planning, thinking about what I was going to do at Pella. Made me kind of realize that my decision had already been made, so it was time to just go ahead and make it official.
What was some of the advice your brother gave you about the program that you liked, that you heard?
He definitely had a lot of good things to say about the coaches and his teammates, and being kind of with the program with him for the last 4 years, I've gotten to know the coaches and the teammates to kind of verify that it's a good program. Very excited to be a part of it, and he didn't really push me there too hard, just kind of told me some of the things that he knew from his experiences there, things that would kind of help me out in my recruiting process. So kind of took that information and made my decision based upon it.
Do you know any of the guys on the team currently, and did that play a factor in your decision at all?
I do, yeah. A couple of the guys playing on the football team now I played against here when I was playing here at CAM. There's a guy from East Mills, a guy from Exira, there's a guy from Stanton there too. So guys that we've played, faced against, met some of those guys, and then met some of the other guys, and they were really welcoming in my visits and really made me feel like I was a part of the team there. So that was another reason to kind of make that decision to go there.
Who are some of the coaches that you've gotten to know pretty well in the recruiting journey, and what are some of the sales pitches from them that really piqued your interest?
So the head coach, Coach McMartin, he was a big part. Talked to him after a couple football games. I'd go up with my brother and we'd watch some games this fall, and so after the game I'd go up and talk to him. Coach Mulder, he's the defensive line coach. He came out to school to visit and talked to him quite a bit, texted with him. He kind of he was the one that I talked to the most about coming to Central. Gave me kind of where he'd see me fitting in, what all positions I was going to play, some of the different roles that I'd have. So he kind of gave me the biggest sales pitch. And Coach Mercer was another defensive coach that I got to talk with and meet with on the visit, and so those are the main three that I got to meet and discuss football with.
So where do they see you at?
Right now, they're thinking about putting me at outside linebacker, depending on the next couple of years how I develop, where they see me in practices. Might possibly move me to inside linebacker, or keep me at outside, put me down at D end a little bit, be more of a pass rusher, or possibly staying around safety, going back and covering passes, and probably going to stick to mostly run, but we'll see how my skills develop in the next 4 years.
They giving you a workout program that you've got to start already, or is there kind of what are some things you're going to maybe try to do to be prepared for the next level?
They haven't given it to me yet, but they do have a lifting program for me to work on over the summer. So I'll be coming in to the high school weight room still and getting prepared for this next season. And then once I get up to Central, they have a pretty rigorous lifting program where they've got lots of different tests to see balance, mobility, strength, see where your weaknesses are, and improve on those to become the best athlete you can be.
What are some highlights that come to mind from your CAM career now that you've had plenty of time to look back and reflect on it? What are some of the big memories you'll take away from high school football?
Probably some of the biggest memories. Starting out my freshman year, I had some really good leaders in Keegan Hosfeld, Drew Tickner, and Jared McKee. They were big pieces in getting me to start to come into that leadership role that I started to take over in sophomore, junior, senior year. So those guys were huge. Just playing with them, big pieces. And then probably some of the biggest memories I had was those last 3 or 4 weeks I had with my senior year. The team started to really come together. Stuff started to make sense to everybody. Things were starting to click, and we played some really good football at the end of the season.
As far as a central decision, how nice was it to finally have your mind made up, and what were some of the other schools that you had considered?
It was very nice to kind of get that weight off my shoulder, because I'd been looking. I've had quite a few schools come and talk to me, email me, visit a couple more, but the main 3 I was looking at was Dort, Northwestern, and Central, and so finally getting to make that decision to go to Central was pretty big in not having to worry about where I was going to be going, especially starting to get towards the end of wrestling season, starting to get into spring, doing some track and baseball stuff in the summer. So it's a very busy time, so being able to make that decision was it's good to get it done.
You're not golfing this year?
There actually, I will be participating in both track and golf. Going to try to work it into my schedule, and did golf last year after a knee injury. It was about the only thing I could do, and turns out I kind of like golf, so going to try and do both track and golf.
All right. Hey, thanks a bunch, and best of luck in Pella.
Thank you.